Welcome to the Phoenix Prosperity Podcast, where wealth meets legacy. Join your host, Tim Fergestad, as we explore the journeys of Phoenix's finest to success and beyond.
All right. Hello, this is Tim Fergestad. Thank you for joining us. I'm very pleased to have Chris Nieto with me here today. He's a multi-generational Arizonan, father, community activist, entrepreneur, and supporter of the arts. Chris developed skills in business management and operations at an early age, assisting his father manage a contracting company of over 200 employees. At age 26, he launched his first business. Is it MERS Project? MERS, is that right?
MERS Project.
All right. A design and architecture firm. In 2009, he sold that and became one of the youngest principals at that big architectural firm. He personally developed multiple adaptive reuse mixed-use buildings. In 2010, he was designated by Arizona Republic as one of the top 35 entrepreneurs under 35. And in 2011, the Phoenix Business Journal gave him the 40 under 40. So that's cool. He's a member of the Phoenix Art Museum, Men's Art Council, 21st Century Society. He also serves as advisor to the Celebración Artística de las Américas, Arizona Latino Cultural Center, Phoenix Community Alliance, and the Creative Sector Task Force, an initiative of the City of Phoenix Mayor's Office. He is currently developing several projects to highlight the creative assets of Arizona and Phoenix to bolster community pride and enhance international recognition. All awesome stuff. Welcome to the show, Chris.
Thank you so much for having me.
Wow, there's a lot there. So I guess let's start right now. What are you most excited about now on your current projects?
Well, right now I am working with a company called JFN, which is a plumbing and mechanical construction company.
Okay.
And I handle business development for JFN. Also the vice president. And so that's really what I work on day to day.
Okay. You have a lot of other projects on your plate, it looks like, as well. How do you balance all those?
That bio is actually a little outdated.
Okay.
I work with a great group of people. I get to work with my dad every day. I get to work with my brother, and we kind of, get to work on what we want to work on, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay, very cool. So are you on the Phoenix Art Council or those projects anymore, or did you do your tenure there and then you served your?
I haven't done Men's Art Council in years,
Okay.
but I guess once a member, always a member.
Okay. Excellent.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's dive a little bit more into the company, what you do right now and what the company does.
Yeah, JFN Mechanical. It's a plumbing and mechanical contracting company that specializes in multifamily. We do construction multifamily projects in hotels.
Okay.
We're the largest of our kind in the state of Arizona. And it's really an incredible organization. I'm thrilled to be a part of it. It started it's a family-owned business. It was founded by my father in 1996. And so we're about 28 years old and hundreds of employees. It's quite remarkable. It's a lot of fun.
Excellent. And how have you been doing in the last couple of years with the economy being, particularly new builds?
We've seen consistent year-over-year growth for many years in a row. We were tracking earlier in the year to have a record year this year.
Excellent.
But it looks like the billings have kind of dropped a little bit towards the end of the year.
Okay.
So maybe we're that dip take place.
Right. Okay. Yeah, with the cuts finally coming from the Fed, I think we'll start seeing an uptick again and all that.
Yeah, we're excited about that. 50 basis points.
Yep. And the first of a few is the consensus, but
Mhm.
my crystal ball is cloudy.
Yeah. No, it's phenomenal. Multifamily has been so good to us. Um, and wow, what an interesting time for multifamily.
Yes. Yeah. I'm a big fan. I did sort of the normal or traditional path in real estate investing where people like to get their own properties, right? Fix or
Yeah.
flip them themselves, rent them out themselves, maybe wholesale things, do different things. And I did a few years of things like that, but ultimately realized the power of scale and just got into multifamily as a passive investor. And I still invest in other people's multifamily deals, but I still do my own now as well.
Uh-huh.
And and it's been very good to me too. It's good. It's awesome. I love it. And you're providing housing, right? In Phoenix, for
Mhm.
example, right now we're doing. I'm a partner on a project, a series of build to rent townhome developments we're doing, and yeah, we had an investor dinner with the mayor in Scottsdale. Actually, it was the Mayor Gallego, the city of Phoenix mayor was at our Scottsdale dinner, and just very supportive of the product, right? Workforce housing, right? The demand for that. It's like $1,000 a month cheaper to rent our product, which is a 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2 car garage townhome with a yard and stuff, compared to trying to make a mortgage payment on a comparable sized single family home. So
That's
the affordability,
phenomenal.
yeah, the affordability gap is pretty legit here in Phoenix. So renting is a great option.
Absolutely. And with we have kids and they're gonna have a tough time.
Yes, for sure. It's not just that, right? It's hard to start right now, but a lot of people, a lot of younger ones don't want to own a home as well. They actually prefer renting. They don't want to have to replace a water heater or all the joys of home ownership.
Which makes multifamily even more interesting.
Yes, for
With
sure.
single family, not really doing what it typically does.
Right.
Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, your only option really is going to be to rent. But
Yep.
for a lot,
Yes, yes. So we're excited about. We're actually, I mean, in most of the major markets, that's a trend, right? For at least the next 10 years. So it's a
Mhm.
pretty solid asset class. Um, so what sort of hats do you wear at the company? When you
At the
said
company,
yeah.
at JFN, I mean, really, sales, just interacting with the customers. I'm customer facing.
Okay. And what are some of the bigger clients then you work with?
Wow. We get to work with so many, which is great. Uh, on the high-rise projects that we're doing, I would say Layton and Clayco.
Okay.
They would be two of our larger customers. Yeah, so JFN does everything from like the garden style communities that we see everywhere
Right.
to high-rise construction in
Okay.
downtown Phoenix or downtown Tempe.
Okay. Okay. So, I mean, not a lot, a number of them kind of have things in-house. So I wasn't sure, which operators you're and what style. So that's interesting. You do garden style all the way up to the high rises.
Correct. Yeah, everything in between. Podium deals. Yeah, I mean, if it's multifamily and you want to build it, we can do your plumbing and air conditioning.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And how about you do just all new developments? Do you guys go in and on heavy lifts if somebody's gonna like gut a place or do like some of these motel or hotel conversions or office renos? You do any of those as well? Is
Yeah,
it
yeah. I don't know how familiar you are with Central and Camelback, but there's an old adaptive reuse project. I don't know, it's maybe 11, 12, 13 stories, but it was an office conversion.
okay?
And unfortunately, it's been sitting unfinished for a while, but that would have been an example of adaptive reuse. And
Okay.
renovating an office facility, converting an office facility.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. The holding costs caught a lot of people here off guard in the past couple of years. They raised them so fast, the rates.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
There are a lot of people, I don't know a lot, and there's a number of properties that will there was a big boom, and there's like 40 some thousand units and coming online in the last 18 months or something, and which is a lot for Phoenix. And a number of those builders are going to have to do cash in refis or something and hold those for a while till things turn around. Hard to believe that this market's actually done pretty good. The absorption's been pretty darn good because Phoenix is still growing. A lot of great quality job growth, which is one of the biggest metrics for multifamily.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't quite understand or talk about is demand kind of kept up with that,
Yeah.
that big supply push that we
Yep.
saw. Not quite, but
Pretty good.
yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot better than what everybody thought it would be.
Right. There's some sprawly areas like out in Buckeye or something where some of those newer builds are given some a month or two concessions and rent and stuff still to get leased up. But a lot of the valley's doing pretty good. And I also I'm a realtor as well. I'm not active, but I'm I'm in communication with people in there. And it's funny how some areas still have, bidding wars. You thought everybody talks about how real estate's in a bad spot, but it depends on the location. There's still supply's low, I guess.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it sure is. The Phoenix is a monster when it comes to real estate.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So here's a question I like to ask some people is what are some of the biggest challenges you've had to overcome in your career?
Ooh. Well, being a business owner was quite challenging, just making payroll sometimes, you
Sure.
know. Yeah, I would say running a business and being responsible for people, having to come up with payroll. Yeah, that was very challenging at times, especially during the Great Recession.
Okay. That's what that was my next question was, is there a particular time or when that was the case? And so, yeah,
Yeah,
particularly,
JFN. I'm talking about when
right,
when I owned businesses in the past.
right. MERS project.
JFN's a great company, a strong company. I was only referring to my past.
Sure. That's what, but that was, you said 2009, right? With the MERS project?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So it was a difficult time to be in architecture for sure. When people stop spending money.
That's an understatement.
Nobody was investing in hero architecture.
Right. Okay, well, to your point though, I mean that's also a big impact, right? When you have people on payroll, you have families and stuff that you're responsible for when you own a company. That's one of the biggest burdens of being an entrepreneur and being in charge. That's a very important value for successful companies, right? Is to maintain their impact in their community through their employees.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's cool when I had Bert's project, it was a really difficult time during the recession, like I said, and I was able to keep everybody. So when we were acquired by Shepley Bullfinch, I didn't lose a single person.
Nice.
And that was very rewarding. Just making sure that everybody landed.
Tell me a little bit about that. They're a big older firm, right?
Yes, sir.
And
Yeah.
how did that I guess you call that an equity event or something, but how did that play out for you and your employees?
Well, I had an advisory board during the MERS project days, and one of my advisors, Sandy Worthman, she was chairing the Green Build Conference, and she knew of Shepley Bullfinch and that they were looking to get kind of a foothold in the Phoenix metro area. So After Shepley was talking to another firm, and after those talks fizzled out, she said, well, you should talk to my friends over at Mertz. And I think it took about a year, to finalize, but yeah, we were acquired, and I think all the employees did rather well.
Did they let you sort of control and run the shop more or less the way it had been going?
It changed, it became more of a corporate work environment. But you know what? I think all the guys at Shepley are great.
Okay, excellent. So that's been more common in private equity getting and buying up other companies is been around a long time, but it's been more common in like the healthcare space and stuff lately. And unfortunately, a lot of the people who I know who sold their practices wish they hadn't. Particularly the service, right, to the clients at the end, right? Because that's a very service-based industry, healthcare, and so they try to get more throughput, right? And doctors get less time with patients and so forth, and then that's poor care. It's a lesser care, and yeah, that's an unfortunate aspect of that. Were there similar things like that where they you said your employees basically came out well. They didn't have a lot of big changes. You were able to keep them, but is that corporate structure, did that have any pros or cons? Did it help Mertz get better, or did it also?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Shepley is, I think, 150 years old this year. So they have systems in place that have worked for a long time. Yeah, for sure. Shepley made Mertz project better.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, sometimes
I'd say cons. I'm more of an entrepreneur, and corporate environments just aren't for me.
Okay. Okay, sure. That's not uncommon. Creative types create businesses, and then they need somebody else to run them often, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of like that's a common thing. Like and not to get political, but like the more liberal mindsets often like to create. Then they need a conservative person to come in and run it, right, and so forth.
Yes, sir.
But I was thinking of the auto industry. They often buy stuff for the new technology and for the new systems that the company they're acquiring, right, to bring it into the parent. But in this case, it was more of just trying to get a foothold in the area and okay.
Yeah, I think so. Shepley had this incredible opportunity to acquire this core of talent. One thing that we did really well at Mertz Project was hire the best, and we got really lucky. We just had the most talented group of individuals in that office. I can't believe it sometimes. Each and every one of them is doing remarkably well, and it's been a lot of fun to watch from the sidelines.
Okay, well, that's you, as the sort of the founder of that company, you created an environment that attracted them and helped recruit them, I imagine, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
That's gotta feel good.
Nothing feels better. Absolutely.
But
I'm having a lot of fun with JFN. We're rocking and rolling. I think nothing but good things.
Okay. So just to circle back to that. So at JFN, then let's walk through more of what you do there right now. I mean, I'm sure you've worn different hats over the years there, but
yeah. Well, at JFN, we run pretty lean and mean in the office, so everybody we all wear a lot of hats. So, general management, just getting, odd jobs done, special projects, where it doesn't really fall into a department.
okay.
I kind of handle the odd jobs.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you get big enough. Well, I don't know. It's weird, right? There's different phases of company sizes where you need that fill gap, right? Because when there's a small company, you do everything. And then as you start to delegate and you grow the company and stuff, there's still those things that doesn't fit neatly into certain categories.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Well, it sounds like things are going well there. That's what
Oh yeah.
um
Yeah, it's been a
what's
lot
on
of fun.
what's on the horizon for you and the company?
Well, I think JFN has an incredible opportunity to perhaps expand into other markets. We've demonstrated that it's scalable,
Okay.
and um, yeah, I mean, growing our cookie jar a little bit.
So are you going to do like the Shepley move and acquire somebody else in another market to get a foothold there?
No, we don't have a strategy in place, but I think it would be more organic entering a marketplace with a job,
Okay.
starting slow and maybe eventually having an office presence. Um, but I think we would do it organically.
Okay. Do you have a builder or something or two that you work with a lot they would want you to follow?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we've identified the Dallas-Fort Worth area as a likely metro that for us to attack next.
Okay. Yeah, that's booming too. I have are you familiar with Rise 48?
No.
No, they do value add. They do renovations on apartment complexes here, and I've invested with them myself. I've also helped them raise capital and they Rise 48, right? 48th state. They're based here in Arizona, but they actually uh branched into Dallas Fort Worth a year or so ago, and now they've also branched into North Carolina. But that yeah, booming all good markets for sure. Um, yeah, I partnered with them on their 50th deal, so they've done quite a few deals now in the past several years. They've been what's the meteoric rise. I was trying to think of the right trajectory for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So you like value add?
yeah, we do a lot of that. Like I said, I partnered on a development. I've been on a series of townhome developments we're doing over the next decade here in the valley.
Mhm.
But most of the stuff I operate is value add. We're doing our fifth deal in Tennessee right now, mostly in Nashville. This one's in Chattanooga. Also have deals in Dallas, Fort
Mhm.
Worth, as well as Atlanta.
Phenomenal. That sounds incredible.
It's good stuff. How about you? Do you invest in multifamily? Do you have equity in any of the deals that you've been able to work on?
Um, uh, so yes, we've invested in multifamily.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Some people, yeah, it's a mixed bag, right? Some people are looking for the cash flow. They're just looking to hold real estate over time and just get some cash flow. But other people are doing developments where there's no cash flow, nobody's paying rent. It's just all upside at sale, right? So there's a mix
Exactly.
of opportunities there. It depends on what people are going for, and if they're looking for passive income, right, in the future, or to replace their current income, things like that.
Yeah, most of the deals that we've looked at are uh, they're like merchant builder deals where
Okay.
they'll build the product, stabilize it, and then sell it.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. Excellent. That's great stuff. And it sounds like you and your family made a great impact here in the Phoenix area. I mean, you said you have hundreds of employees. That's right?
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Love
They're
it.
just we have so many incredible employees. It's not even funny. Um, the men and women out in the field that, are out in the heat and working hard. It's hard work. Construction's hard work.
Oh, for sure. for sure. And in Arizona, in the heat, it's until that AC is turned on, it's extra brutal, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. Yeah, we're really proud of our family, the JFN family.
Yep. Excellent. So reflecting on your own journey, what do you wish you knew about building wealth and success earlier in your career?
Hmm. Um, I guess I kind of had to figure it out as I went along.
Sure. Like a lot of people.
So I did make some costly mistakes. Like one time I tried to do a 1031 exchange without going through a company. Um, and I ended up doing it wrong, and
Okay.
it cost me, 6 figures probably because
Okay.
I did it. I don't know, it would have been nice to have a mentor.
Sure.
in
Sure.
this
That's a great
case.
point. Okay.
But all that matters is that we're doing it well today.
Okay. Yep. Yep. You learn from it and don't make the same mistake again. For people who don't know, a 1031 exchange is a tax advantaged transfer. You can sell a property without having to pay the capital gains taxes on it if you identify a property of like kind and move it over into it. And usually that's done, as Chris said, through a qualified intermediary. That's the people who you want to have do that, so you don't get caught and penalized for.
Yeah, I made a lot of bonehead mistakes
Yeah, we
when I
all
was
have.
trading real estate. But I mean, there's a lot of money to be made in real estate.
Oh, for sure.
And I really enjoyed buying, commercial assets with great bones
Mhm.
and fixing them up and stabilizing them and selling them. Yeah, that never made more money than when I was doing that.
Yep. Amen. All right. That's excellent. So, I appreciate your time today, Chris. I thank you for sharing some insights and tips with us. If people wanted to connect with you, what should they do?
I can be emailed, I suppose.
Sure. That, or I mean, LinkedIn as well, right?
Yeah, just visit me on LinkedIn, Chris Nieto.
Okay. Do you want to give your email or as well if you feel like?
No, just through
Okay.
LinkedIn.
That's great. Okay.
Thank you.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you very much, Chris, for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
We
Yes, sir.
appreciate you sharing your insights into success and impact here in Phoenix.
Thank you, sir.
Inspired by our guests? Visit PhoenixProsperityPodcast.com/guest and join us on the show and share your success story with Tim. The spotlight awaits.